The Green Bay Packers find themselves at a pivotal juncture when it comes to their wide receiver position. And the question arises, will they finally take a wide receiver in the first round of the draft? While the Packers made an addition by signing Mecole Hardman in free agency, concerns about the long-term stability of the wide receiver group persist. Hardman certainly brings speed to the roster, but depth remains a critical need. Looking ahead, the Packers' future at wide receiver beyond the 2025 season is uncertain. The only receivers under contract beyond this year are Jayden Reed and Dontavion Wicks. Unfortunately, both ranked among the top 3 for drop rate among wide receivers, with at least 40 targets last season. Meanwhile, Christian Watson is set to enter the final year of his contract, but a torn ACL means he won't return until December, leaving a gap in the lineup. Romeo Doubs also faces an uncertain future as he enters the last year of his rookie deal, with the added challenge of recovering from 2 concussions sustained during the 2024 season. Given these factors, the case for drafting a first-round receiver becomes increasingly compelling. But will the Packers seize the opportunity if the right value presents itself at pick 23? According to FanDuel, wide receiver currently holds the 3rd best odds to be the Packers' first draft position, trailing only defensive line, edge, and cornerback. This makes sense considering that general manager Brian Gutekunst has selected a defensive lineman, edge rusher, or cornerback in 5 out of his 7 drafts with the Packers. It's important to note that the Packers have not selected a wide receiver in the first round since 2002. However, Gutekunst has not shown hesitation in the past when it comes to drafting a wide receiver if the value aligns with the team's needs. I don't think we'd ever hesitate to take a receiver in the first round if the right one was there, Gutekunst remarked at the NFL Scouting Combine. He further emphasized, "We certainly talked about it at different times in the last 7 years since I've been in this spot, trying to make that happen." Green Bay has already hosted visits with the top 3 wide receivers in the 2025 draft: Emeka Egbuka, Tetairoa McMillan, and Matthew Golden. These visits are often a strategic move to address any doubts the team may have about a prospect. If they engage in this type of visit with any of these 3 players, the chances of drafting them could very well rise. Earlier in the offseason, there was speculation that the Packers might pursue a trade for a proven number 1 receiver, but ultimately they decided to stand firm. This reflects Gutekunst's belief in the current group of receivers, even as questions about their long-term viability linger. While the Packers have historically favored drafting defensive players in the first round under Gutekunst, the growing need for stability at the wide receiver position makes the case for drafting a first-round wideout this year stronger than it has been at any point since he took over as general manager in 2018. The Packers are in a position where drafting a top-tier wide receiver could provide the team with a crucial building block for years to come. Will they make the move? Time will tell, but the stars may finally align for Green Bay to take that long-awaited step and address the receiver position with a high-profile pick in the first round. Jordan Love recently opened up about the uncertainty surrounding the future of Jair Alexander with the Green Bay Packers, and if it were up to him, the former All-Pro cornerback would be sticking around much longer. During an interview with Kay Adams on the Up and Adams show, Love made it clear just how much Alexander means to the team both on and off the field. "I need to reach out to Ja, see what the deal is. Ja, he has his own world going on. I'm going to let him handle his own business and see what's going on, but that's my guy right there," Love shared, showing his deep personal connection to Alexander. "He's definitely a player we need back. Just the play style he plays with, who he is on the field. I mean, that's a guy we need to have around. So, we'll see what happens." But Love's admiration for Alexander doesn't stop at his athletic ability. It's also about the leadership he brings to the team. Locker room-wise, he is a character. You never know what you're going to get with Ja. He's a guy who interacts with everybody on the team and he jokes around, but he also has that serious side to him, a competitor, Love explained. "The player on the field is a whole other area that we would be losing if we didn't have him. I'm hoping Ja is still there with us. We'll see, but that's my guy right there." Jordan's words highlight just how critical Alexander is to the Packers' success, not only because of his on-field talent, but because of the energy and camaraderie he brings to the locker room. His passion, humor, and competitiveness are qualities that are irreplaceable for a team looking to build a winning culture. However, the reality of the situation is a lot more complex than just Love's strong endorsement. Packers general manager Brian Gutekunst has a tough decision ahead. While Love's sentiment resonates with the team's fans and players, Gutekunst's concerns go beyond what's happening in the locker room. The cornerback has faced injuries, missing 34 of the last 68 games, which raises serious concerns about his long-term availability. Moreover, Alexander is set to make a significant salary, $17.5 million in 2025 and $19.5 million in 2026, but with none of that money guaranteed. We invested a lot in Jair and want to make sure, if he's not going to be on our football team helping us win games, that we get something back for that investment, Gutekunst explained. So we'll see where it goes. It's worth noting that Alexander was Gutekunst's first ever draft pick as general manager back in 2018, which only adds emotional weight to the decision. It's not an easy choice to make. But with the financial implications and the cornerback position becoming an even greater need for the Packers, Gutekunst faces a dilemma that could change the trajectory of the team. As the Packers continue to navigate this tough situation, it's clear that the fate of Jair Alexander is far from sealed. His presence is felt deeply within the organization, but the team must balance sentiment with practical realities. For fans and teammates alike, it's a waiting game that could have a major impact on the Packers' defense moving forward. What do you think about Jair Alexander's future with the Packers? Should the team keep him or trade him? Leave your thoughts in the comments below, and make sure to like this video if you're a true Packers fan. Don't forget to subscribe for more insider updates on the team. Your voice matters, and we want to hear from you. Let's keep this conversation going because, in Packers Nation, we're all part of the team.